you should play Cat Fantasy. This is a game that's been, okay, hold your first, get out of here. This is a game that I've actually been playing since launch, I'd say. It's been surprisingly fun. It's not necessarily a game that I came into thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this, but I've been playing it pretty much consistently for the entire duration since launch, and I've been having a blast. I'd say this is a game that I can pinpoint and say the combat at the very least is somewhat similar to Reverse 1999, but better in a weird way. It's turn-based and it is card-based, sure. It does allow for some RNG that is very unfavorable, but first and foremost, the designs are really cute. Shiro is very cute. Echo, I've enjoyed. She's adorable and she has multiple ults, so it's nice. I'd say honestly, first and foremost, given the nature of this game, I do recommend you play it just off the rip. Solely because if you don't enjoy the combat, it's a game that takes up barely any space, so you honestly aren't losing much. Secondarily, you can do a pretty big batch of initial pulls. If you do start, at least based on the day I'm recording this video, which is a Sunday, most likely you're seeing this on a Monday, you still have time to basically get all 300 of the pulls. 1000 is a singular 10 pull, so that's 300 pulls here, alongside a free shielder, who with multiple copies gives a shield to the entire party, alongside an alt outfit or an outfit for a specific 5-star unit, alongside an SSR selector, or basically what allows you to get one of, I believe, 5 SSRs you currently select, and then a free SSR, 3 or 30 pulls basically for the limited banners, and then 10,000 gems. So there is a pretty big batch of initial pulls you will be getting, and a pretty decent batch you'll be getting consistently throughout the day, and there are multiple varieties and multiple ways to earn it. Overall, for me, the main draw is first off, designs. Second off, there'll be an Echo Power collab soon. Third off, the music is surprisingly nice. You're probably hearing it in the background because I usually mute music or audio from games when I'm recording videos, but I like to keep it here. Story is, I'm gonna be honest, there are a lot of chapters, at least as of right now, and there's a challenge mode later on. But I kind of skimmed through and ran through just so I could level up my unit, and then went back to read, because you can read at no stamina cost. So I went back. Chapter 1 is okay, that's mostly your introduction. 2, 3, I'd say that 1 to 3 are neat chapters, don't get me wrong, and they do a lot, but it's mostly setup and it's mostly exposition within those respective chapters. So you will have to get used to that. Translation-wise, it's finicky. For characters like Echo, I think she's meant to be a much more, I suppose, gamer-esque character, so if you play HSR, she's a lot more like Silverwolf within that context, but she's still a cute character, adorable design. Overall, I'd say great. I think that given the content you have available, you have the cafe system, which is vaguely like Arcanite's base system because it does give you a bunch of currency that you will use, and you do have to occasionally replace units out, but at the very least, swapping them around is incredibly easy. So that's one aspect of your resources that you will be getting just basically idle. Second, you have everything else, which is your EXP, your chips, which are utilized to upgrade your units, your particle stage, which are utilized to upgrade your units, your equipment, which you utilize as artifacts basically, invasion, which you use to ascend your units, master duel, and arena are PvP oriented. I'd say master duel is the easier variation. Arena gives you a lot of things later on the higher you progress, but it is much more heavily focused on how strong are you. World Boss, which is technically speaking an extension to Invasion, which you can do daily, and then I haven't unlocked Phantom Clash, so I'm not going to speak on that one. I'd say overall, this is a fun game. I am intrigued to see what it looks like going forward. I do recommend it. Obviously, this is my UID in the corner, and I do have a clan called Astro Cats. We're 4 right now, but hey, you can add me if you're on the correct server. We learned that recently. Banner-wise, you have Friendship Banner, which is basically determined by the amount of times your friends basically use you during invasion, or use your teams, or you assist them basically. It's nice, it's here, you're not gonna pull on it very often. Regular is your standard banner. You will be getting 1 free summon for a day as long as the introductory / newbie period of the game is out. Same thing for the newbie exclusive banner, which gives you Combat Shiro, a great single target nuker. Dorothy is here. She is a DOT unit, and in the event that you have Yunkan, Yunpei for example, you will obviously have a better experience with her. I have Yunkan. I'm not getting her. I don't like her design that much. I do like Combat Shiro more, and Yunkan's just a universally cute unit. For the Fated summon, this is your SSR tickets. Anytime you pull, you are guaranteed to get one of the 5 characters you personally select from this list, and you can individually go in and look at a character's kit and their design and decide, hey, do I like it? Keep in mind, star effects are your constellations, and they basically change the way a character works, or at least gives them a slight boost. An example being characters like Anja, who you will get for free regardless, at least 2 copies of. Your 3rd copy gives you a shield for your entire party. Very useful. Just off this, I'd say it's a fine game to try out. I do think it's fun. I do think it's nice as a casual game. You can log it on, you can quit. It's perfectly fine within that context. If you are considering whaling, the battle pass does give you a free Triss, which is your 5-star healer, your SSR healer. She's good, but doesn't provide much other than flat heals. Beyond that, you have the shop. It's a lot. You have outfits. They're okay. You have bundles. Many bundles. You have furniture, which is par for the course at this point. You don't have to go for it. You have daily offers, which you can ignore, but you're coming here for that one free pull anyway. Your limited packs, which give you a bunch of limited banner pulls alongside your premium packs, which these premium packs are basically for outfit vouchers, allowing you to pull within the outfit gacha, so to speak. If you are looking within the context of characters, this is for perfect pitch Echo. Echo, in this instance, wants you to pop up at least $1. You get her. She's a perfectly great SSR unit, but keeping in mind, because this wants you, incentivizes you basically to invite friends to play this game. If you don't get this outfit, you are in theory missing out on a little bit of damage on your Echo. Not an immense amount, but you won't necessarily be able to slide this onto her, and as a result, you're losing out on the stats it scales with. But as you see here, it's not many stats. So this is an outfit that's mostly made for looks and not necessarily made for the context of this character deals immensely more damage. This is probably, I'd say, the least valuable outfit a character has, which I actually quite like because you're not locked out of an inherently high amount of damage. Now, I only showcased you a small bit of this game. If you're looking into the respective characters, you can set pretty much any character you have picked up as your home character. What you can do, for instance, a character I like that many of you, actually all of you will be getting, is Echo within the Mechanic Cat variation. She's cute, yes, but you can also set the splash art. I like her splash art a lot. I like the midriff, I'm not gonna lie. If you're looking at Yunkan, for example, a character I do like, you can also set their cat form as one. Why would you? I don't know, maybe you just really like cats. You can head pat the cat though. Certain characters, for example, do have interactable variations. In the event that you want that, Triss has one, Dorothy has one, this girl, Combat Shiro, has one. I don't know if they're going to extend it beyond that, but hey, if you enjoy that, by all means. I think this game is fun to play. I think there are a lot of features the game doesn't tell you, like the fact that this teams menu even exists, so you can pre-build out your teams, because sometimes you will need 5 units, sometimes you will need 4 units, and sometimes you kind of want to see your total power before you enter into the next stage. Or the fact that there is a lot of things you will need to upgrade. For example, your initial level, then your ascension, then your star, which is your constellations, then your equipment, then each of the individual outfits whose stats consistently carry over no matter which one you pick. These are just design oriented. Then your Pathos weapon, which you will unlock later on and which you don't really have an explanation for because there's a bunch of things that you probably won't understand until you're much later on in the game. There's a lot of stats, excluding the fact that you have your strategy book, which affects all your units, your Pathos strategy, which affects all your units. It's a lot, but I kind of like that. Either way, I know I didn't give you an overview of pretty much all of the game's features, and I will just go into gameplay here. There are multiple towers that you can idly climb. This is going to be your training hub. It's your idle tower. You climb it up until you can't anymore, and you get loot every now and again. These are towers which require you to use red, green, or blue Pathos units. This is Invasion. Invasion is difficult. You can only do it, I believe, 3 times per day. The power level requirements are very high. So ideally what you're going to be doing is taking your strongest team, going out, and then grabbing somebody else's, particularly a friend's. You're going to be stealing their units to double up your own power. Now it's 200k plus 100k, and then you start it, and you hope and pray that your team is strong enough to finish, because if you die, as long as the other team is still alive, you still get the rewards. Now you can auto it, and that's what we're going to be doing here, because I could pick the cards, but I don't want to. Auto is not smart. I will keep this in mind. I will want you to understand this. Personally, I think this is a game worth playing. I think it's a game worth trying out, but I want you to understand that in my opinion, this game is much more of a casual game. It can't really compete as a main game. It's not on par with something like sort of Conflaria story-wise. It's not on par with any of the Hoyoverse games, and I'd say that Reverse 1999 has more to do at the moment, just on the strict basis of it's an older game. This is a much newer release, but Nekopara is a collab coming soon if you're interested within that. And hey, even if you aren't going to play the game, you can start the game using the code down below, and I will get the opportunity to get Echo's skin, and I really want Echo's skin. Start the game. Start the game. Don't start the game for me. Realistically, do it for me, if nothing else. Do it for the fan service. Either way, if you watch this and maybe you tried it out, give it your thoughts down below. Maybe other individuals who really are on the fence can kind of make a decision based on that. I will say this game does not explain stats to you very well at all. What does luck do? I don't know. There is a luck stat in this game. I have no idea what it does. I can't even give you advice on that. Endurance is kind of your defense because characters can reduce endurance. Good luck figuring that one out. Either way, I'll see you next time. Have a good week.